so freaking bad? Wrestle me.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Juice Pro Wrestling Podcast, episode 257. Here, kitty. Ooh, yeah, dig it.
With us this week, the Juice, back in the house, Bruiser Bodie, Sretton the Savage. We have a very special guest. She is a Playmate. She is a cosplayer. She is an adult film actress. She's very tempting indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please give a big round of motherfucking applause for Kitty Quinn.
That has to be the coolest intro that I've ever had.
Thank you. We're trying to keep a tally of all the people that actually say that and recognize. So, I appreciate that.
Dope. Well, I'm an actual wrestling fan, so I appreciate it.
Well, let's get into that. I mean, we got a lot to talk about, but so real quick, to provide some context of how I came aware of you, I should say, Ivan from XPW. You did a photo shoot with him. He's involved in like XPW. We do some shit, with a lot of their talent and have a lot of them on here. We're actually going to be going to a show this Friday, this Saturday, I think. Yeah, Loco Wrestling in Houston, Texas, in XPW. There's going to be a bunch of killer fucking talent down there. So I know Ivan probably even be down there. But that's how I became aware of you. And then hearing that you're a wrestling fan, I'm like, well, fuck. We've had like Misha Montana on, Jasmine St. Clair, Kat Martini. So let's have this fucking broad on and talk about some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Ivan. I swear, Ivan's like my new best friend. We talk every single day, voice notes, like 20-minute voice notes back and forth. We're talking nonstop. He actually hit me up to shoot right when someone else had hit me up to shoot in Vegas. So I was like, this is a perfect opportunity. So I went and met him and we just like tried to knock out a bunch of shoots. But when I was there, we took some XPW wrestling t-shirt pictures. So I think it was the XPW pictures.
Yeah.
First?
Okay. With the barbed wire, you're like
with the barbed wire. Yeah. I was like, that's fucking brutal.
Because I mentioned I was a wrestling fan. He's like, oh, if you're a wrestling fan, we got to get pictures of this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes.
So coming as a wrestling fan, I mean, where's it start for you and what are you into?
Well, it starts from when I was, I don't know, as young as I can remember, WWE. That's the first thing that I got involved with. I grew up with my whole family watching it and I loved it. And then after I graduated high school, I became a mom and a wife. I'm single now, divorced. We're just co-parents. But before we were together for a while and my ex-husband was super into wrestling. So that was like our thing together. We'd watch tons of wrestling. I actually went to my first wrestling show a few years ago. It was an AEW show. And once AEW,
yeah, there you go.
And so I've been to 2 or 3 AEW shows and I love it because they have the blood, the cussing and all that. Yeah. So it's a good
sheet.
I remember when I lived in Sanford in Orlando, I used to live over there a little while because I'm from Miami originally. And I moved up there and I was like, NXT is over here. Maybe I should become a wrestler. But then I was like, I don't want to have surgeries the rest of my life and pop my boob job or anything like that. So let's just not do it.
Yeah, totally.
I was almost on this. Yeah, I was almost on this reality show that someone was trying to make. Basically, some company hit me up and it was going to be this reality show about 20 American girls going to Japan, doing training at a wrestling school. And then we would do all live in a house together. So there's also a reality about us living together.
It sounds like this motherfucking producer girl, not to interrupt, but sounds like he got a fucking fetish or something.
We follow 20 women while they work out in a house and we sell their underwear online for large money.
You haven't even heard the best. He wanted us to do oil wrestling in nightclubs.
Yep.
There you go. I can smell a Rizat from a mile away.
Oh, yeah. We knew where that was going.
Yep, exactly.
We sell their underwear in vending machines next to Snickers bars.
They do.
In Big Macs.
Dude,
yep, and get ramen too.
I need to go to Japan one day because they will love me. I heard they love blonde women. I want to go to a con over there.
You'll be worshipped.
You'd destroy out there. They'd be like, holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, they'd stop traffic for you.
Yeah, then
I
they
feel like it's like that when I go to Europe. They do like stop traffic. The men over there in Europe, they love me. They treat me like I'm Marilyn Monroe. They like stop the traffic. They honk their horns. They run after
they're like
me.
they stop you like, hey, come over here. Oui, magnifique.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
Buongiorno.
Except I didn't go to France. So, but
Well, damn it.
I did have there was this French guy's voice in my mind the whole time I went to Spain, Greece, and Italy. But in my mind, there's a Frenchman looking at me everywhere I went saying, stupid American.
It pisses in the streets
Oh,
of France.
dude. Yep. There's always a French dude there to just give her the business.
Yeah.
Those pricks. No offense to anybody that's French, but those pricks.
But we heard y'all are.
Yeah, we heard some things. It's a croissant, not a croissant.
Yep.
Croissant.
French guys tell me French girls are prude. They're
Oh,
like,
no.
"Oh." Of course, they love American sluts. They're like, oh, American girls are sluts. They're like, French girls are prude. They won't give head. I'm like,
I don't go anything. Yeah. They don't shave.
They just lay there and take it.
that's where I live in Asheville, North Carolina. The girls here are like a bunch of hippies and they don't shave their armpits.
Oh boy.
See, yeah, that's a little, I don't know. For me, like,
It's a little stinky out here.
Yeah. Or use
Man.
deodorant.
a little sticky, man. The moonshiners, you know.
You can smell the patchouli oil and the body oil
Oh,
odor.
my
It's
God.
yeah, it's strong. It's a lot.
Yeah. What am I?
Anyway,
Am I at a fish concert?
yeah, no
What is
shit.
this?
I can't stand fish. We're gonna talk
Neither
about
can
some
I.
music too here in a little bit,
Yeah.
but
PH.
getting back to wrestling. So
Getting back to
WWE,
wrestling.
that's what got you into it.
See.
What were some of your favorite wrestlers?
Okay, my top two favorite were The Rock and The Undertaker.
Okay,
Those are my
cool.
two favorites. And I know The Rock is probably people who don't even know wrestling know The Rock, but I have this one specific memory when I was a kid with my older sister and my brother-in-law, her husband at the time, and all my other little sisters. We used to get separated when we wouldn't be quiet at night to go to sleep, and they got
Yeah.
put into different rooms. But then my
Fucking
sister
heathens.
yeah, I got to go in my older sister's room where her and her, husband were staying up. And so my other sisters would get mad. They're like, you're the spoiled child. But I remember staying up and watching The Rock wrestle and eating cereal. And so, yeah, he's like ingrained in my memory there.
What's some
That's awesome.
his favorite movie or his movies that are your favorite?
Oh, The Rock?
Yeah,
I
so I feel like more people know him now as a fucking actor. Like
Yeah.
enough time has gone by. I mean, he's been in
Isn't that
Hollywood
crazy?
for like 20 years. Yeah.
It's going to happen to Cena.
Oh,
probably.
I never liked Cena, to be honest.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. You fit in. Yes. You fit in perfectly on the show.
I was like, "Ugh, John Cena.
Cena.
Ugh,
I like.
So
I
fucking
like it.
corny.
Yeah, I like his comedic timing better than his wrestling.
Yeah, I like his acting. His acting is
Yes,
funny as shit.
it is.
So like
It is.
the
It's
wrestling,
pretty
the
damn
fucking USA shit. Not that I'm
Yeah.
not like happy to be an American or anything, but I just
Right.
couldn't.
Take your
I
vitamin.
didn't even like him when he was Marky Mark, you know. I'm like, why don't you just get Mark Wahlberg to come take some bumps, you know? That's what he was.
That'd
It
have been
was
pretty
like the
cool,
funky
dude.
bun.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Doing this and shit. The fuck?
Right.
I don't get it.
I
not
still
a
do
John
that.
Cena fan. Yeah.
But yeah, Taker was one of those characters like for generations, you know, like that's on a lot of people's lists because like
He
you see that
redefined
in
all
wrestling and it's different. Like, you know, we're older, so it's like we've seen him when he first came up and it was like we're young ass kids and it's like, damn, you see that guy walk out. It's like, I'm not so sure about this dude, you know,
Right.
kayfabe's what they call in wrestling
Yeah.
kayfabe, you know, it's still alive.
I cried when he retired, and then of course they brought him back like the next year. I was like,
Oh yeah,
damn it.
right.
Yeah, and then again. He came out of retirement like
What was
more
that like
times than
for
Brett
you
Favre.
though? Like, what was that like for you? Like experiencing like the Undertaker in like a different era, you know? Like,
Yeah, I guess because I watched him for a while, but yeah, I'm 30 years old, so definitely I didn't see him like when he first came out. And it's funny because when I see old wrestling clips, and I'm like, because sometimes their characters will change in their hair, and I'm like,
yeah.
what? That was them? Like what? But
Yeah.
I always loved the Undertaker's entrance through and through for a while, but like, yeah, now
Until
he's
the
getting
American
older.
Badass, and I was like, imagine there's a generation of kids that was their introduction to the Undertaker, and it's like, woof, Buzz's
Yeah.
girlfriend,
Yeah.
woof.
He went from Rolling by Limp Bizkit to American Badass by Kid Rock, and I was like,
The
it's
two
like going
most
from
white
rags
trash
to rags.
fans, I'm sorry, in the
Yeah.
world. I'm sorry for people who like them. Like what you
Exactly.
like. I'm judgmental. I'm a
Yeah.
music snob.
I am too. I mean,
Garbage.
I'm not gonna lie. There's some Limp Bizkit I'll listen to, but Kid Rock, no, throw him out the window. I'm done.
God, man.
Shit
I never
sandwiches
listened
for
to Kid
breakfast.
Rock, but I love him in Joe Dirt.
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean,
Okay.
I guess
See?
he gets a pass for that.
I
but
got the
still
poo
wanna
on me.
punch him. You're nothing,
Joe
Dirt.
Dirt.
Remember, he was like eating his lunch off of that space shit. It was like the fucking shit from the airplane. He thought it was a
Yeah.
space rock.
I tried to watch Joe Dirt too, but it was horrible.
Oh, I got
It was
like,
like the
2
worst.
minutes in. I was just like fell asleep or
Yeah,
turned it off. I can't remember.
I turned it off. That was bad.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
So how many
Taker,
wrestling?
Never come out.
How
to
many?
that.
Well, yeah, Taker. Fucking. How many wrestling shows have you been to? Not many. I take it.
In person, only like I think it was just the 2 or 3 AEW shows. I did go to one like micro wrestling show in Miami Beach once.
Sweet.
And I was dressed like Harley Quinn. So the owner of the event was like, Harley, get ringside. And I had my big Canon camera to do photography. So I got to do some like micro wrestling photography when I was there as Harley Quinn. It was pretty fun. I was like,
That's
oh,
awesome.
they're amazing.
I feel like
little
AEW is a
wrestlers.
good. Yeah, it's a good place to experience live, like for mainstream product, because it's you can go there, drink beer and whatever for the most part, have a damn good time. It's almost like going to a fucking indie, but on the the upper scale.
Right. Because they had the fire going and, all the graphics on the screens. And you know what I loved most of all? Because I went with a rich dude that I was like, you're taking me to a wrestling show. He wasn't even into wrestling, but he wanted to spoil me. So I was like, I want to go to a wrestling show.
Daddy.
Yeah, fuck a pair of Louis Vuittons. Take me to a wrestling show.
Yeah, there you go.
Straight up.
Clip of the week.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so he got us like one of the first few rows. So that was a pretty cool thing too. And I got to
Sick.
be
That's awesome.
with all the crazy drunk nerds right there in the first
Yeah.
few rows.
Wrestling fans are, by God, they're great.
They are.
Some
They're
are.
the best. Yeah. Pretty much.
Majority
Whenever
are.
I'm watching it on TV, I look past the ring a lot of the time and I look at the.
Oh yeah.
I do too.
And I love when you catch that one person who's like, I'll sit there a moment later. I was like, oh, fuck, babe. Or sometimes she'll catch me. She's like, did you see that guy? Or did you see that girl? Like, what the fuck? It's just like some of the oddest, sloppiest people you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah, some are, man. Some are.
And it's funny because I do cosplay. So I've done a couple of wrestling cosplays before because I was like, well, this is great for cosplay because it's something I want to do because I just
Yeah.
love these wrestlers. And then like I can hit the wrestling fans market and they're crazy. So I can get them to come and jack off to my stuff.
Yes, yes. And they have tons of weird fetishes. So it's,
Yeah, and they're always willing to jack off.
Yeah, it's like, so
Yeah,
you're in the
exactly.
Star Wars, right? I'm sure, like, come on.
They're just ready. They're just like,
Yes,
what? Huh? Women?
Yeah.
Girls? Oh my god.
I will
dark
say
saber?
wrestlers are easy too. I've wrestlers that gets like the famous wrestlers I've met gotten so excited because there's not many hot chicks at wrestling events. So
Whoa, not at all.
Spit
So,
out like a sore thumb.
who's some you've met? So you've met some of these wrestlers.
yeah, I won't talk
Who-
about some of them I've met, but I will say the ones I've met at like conventions.
Yeah. Toss me some names.
I'm like the ones I can tell you about. There was a convention. I got some stories that's off camera stories, for later.
Yeah, right.
But-
Exactly.
At the cons though, I got because I'm a nerd. I go to Comic Con, so of course they'll have like wrestlers at Comic Cons, and
Oh yeah.
I got to meet Booker T. All right, Booker
Oh,
T
yeah.
was awesome. He had like a big hemp shirt. It had like a big weed leaf, and it said hemp, and it was like in Rasta colors. But he looked stoned as fuck. I was like, this is
Oh, Book is getting fucking.
Oh,
he's getting
yeah.
bookended every
He's
day.
You know
Yeah.
he is. Can you
Suck
I got
it.
to meet- There was Jake the
He's got
Snake.
that
I
Harlem
got to
heat.
meet
Oh.
him.
Jake's awesome.
Ooh.
He's cool.
Oh yeah.
Ric Flair, and he wooed at me. He went, woo! And I went,
Oh, of
"Woo!"
course he did. Did he feed you the classic line? And hey, don't cancel us for saying it or get pissed off. He's like, was he like, hey, girlfriends and wives, 18 to 25.
Yeah.
Show up in my hotel room. What's that shit he says, Bodie?
Yeah, 18 to 25. This is my hotel. This is my room
no
number.
boyfriends, no husbands allowed. Did he give you one of those?
Wow, I can't imagine all the shit he's done. Well, I was wearing this latex Princess Peach lingerie, right? And he's sitting. I feel like he was sitting down. I feel like when he wooed me, he was not looking at my eyes. He was looking
Oh, well, hell no.
Of course.
And then there was a lady with him.
He was naching on you, girl.
And she was standing there like this, just giving me a dirty look. She was like, when he wooed me, I was like, I just kept walking. I didn't even stop. Yeah. Oh, let me tell you also, speaking of jealousy, the same thing. I went right around the corner and I was with my ex-husband at the time, and we were walking down the wrestlers. Oh, I got to pass by Mick Foley. I waved to him. He was like, you guys, I can't, I got people in line. We didn't even stop to talk to him. We were just walking by and waved because I caught his eye contact. Right. And he was like, but it's so nice to meet you guys. And I was like, okay, he's still walking by. I think he wanted to say hi to me. And then there's a table that has no name, no picture. There's like a dog sitting in the chair. So me and my ex-husband were like, oh, cute dog. Right behind us, there's a woman. And all of a sudden she goes, can I help you? And I turn around and it's Lita. And my ex-husband, he was like, oh, it's Lita. Oh my God. And she just looked at me up and down, didn't say anything. And she just stood there. And my ex-husband was like, well, we're big fans. So nice to meet you, Lita. And we just walk away. And I was like, wasn't that weird? He's like, yeah. What was that stank ass look she gave you? I was like,
Lita's a bitch.
Yeah. Straight up ever since then, I'm like, Lita's a bitch. Fuck her.
She looks, I mean, she was banging Punk back in the day. So, you know, I'm sure a little bit of that rubbed off both ways, you know?
Oh, you know who lives in Asheville where I live? The Edge. Edge lives here.
Really? Yeah, like that she said.
Him and his wife and kids. Sorry, I'm like the Edge. I love him.
Man, that was a very sensual Edge. I'm sure he would like you to, even though Beth is around, he'd like you to come, take on the Cope Open on Saturdays.
Here with his family and all that. If he was single, though, for sure, he's very handsome. But last I saw, he was doing that Edge and Christian. Is it Christian show or Tristan? What's his name?
Christian. Yeah, he's building in the program. He's still working a program in AEW with Christian, and right now he's giving like young talent. They call it the Cope Open on Saturdays on Collision. That even Dynamite to come out and wrestle him. A lot of it's been like Dante Martin. Who's some other guys, Bodie, that he's wrestled and given out? Griff Garrison, really young dudes. Yeah, giving them the rub, and then he's fucking this week. By the time you guys have seen and fucking watch this, it'll be against Minoru Suzuki. Oh, you know, fucking murder grandpa. But he's been doing awesome. I like where he lives too, because I've seen like he did some shit for like WWE or his own personal stuff a couple years ago. Or I think it was him and Sheamus were training, and they're out there and like in the woods. Yeah, it's a shame to shame. Whatever his own theme song. Remember this shit?
God about Sheamus. How I forget.
Oh man.
Why you don't even need a ring light for that motherfucker when he walks in the room, you know?
Nah.
Oh yeah.
Imagine Sheamus at a porn shoot. Holy fuck. They pull it out.
For my shoots, they tell me I get blown out.
Like, it's Moby Dick, huh?
Turn off them overheads.
Turn off them overheads. We about to
my gosh. So I've done a really weird. Okay, so I'm a weirdo. Sometimes I do weird cosplays. I did a Nikki Bella and Alexa Bliss cosplay before. But I did a Finn Balor the Demon cosplay. Like I body painted myself.
There's no wrong with that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll just send you guys pictures.
Yes, that would be dope.
I've done some cool cosplay stuff, so.
Yeah, well, we're getting into your cosplay shit.
Yeah,
I mean, because we're all huge fans of pop culture and everything. And then I know a few people that do that. We've been to, shows like C2E2 where you go there and it's like, that's for me, a lot of times that's the attraction, like to see the crazy shit people come up with. And, you run, with all your sites and everything, I'm sure, it's so easy nowadays, especially like, for women doing what you're doing, you could be sexy, you could be this character and just put it out there and make tons of fucking money off this shit. It's fucking great. So good on you, girl.
Yeah, it's crazy. It all started actually when I was like a kid, a teenager. Before I knew what cosplay was, I used to always like tear up my clothes and resew them and make my own jewelry and paint my outfits. Like I used to make crazy outfits since I was a teen. And then when I was 18, 19, I started an Etsy shop, and then I started making custom baby costumes, like fairy, gnome, hippie costumes, like different stuff for babies. And then I had a baby and took a break, and then I started doing it again. And then my ex-husband and I bought a RV, and we decided we're like, fuck out of Miami. We're not raising our kid here. And that's when we first came up to Asheville, North Carolina, almost a decade ago. And so I ran the Etsy shop as we went. And when we came up here, he started helping. I was like, can you help me with the social media for the shop? He's like, sure. So when he got on social media, he started to see cosplay girls. And then he showed me them. He's like, you should do this. You make costumes for babies, and you're like dying to model and make costumes you could like make your own costumes for you, model them, and then sell them on Etsy for your shop. I was like, that's a great idea. And then as he did more research, he found out about cam girls, and he was like, look, cam girls, you're super sexual, but he did not want to have an open relationship. So he's like, here's a safe, healthy way for you to express your sexuality at home.
Express yourself.
Which only just unlocked the door to the infinite universe of what's inside me. But
I'm laughing because he said he did research. He's like, I was doing research online, and I happened upon these webcam sites.
No wonder the keys stick. God damn it!
Idea just for you. I'll never go on
thorough
one.
research.
Yeah, in modern day times, it used to be when I was young, the pages were stuck together. Now it's the keys. The keys are stuck together. It won't.
Yeah.
On the keyboard?
Yeah.
Oh, I grew up on porn.
All those weird Google searches.
Yeah. That's how I got started. It was like, then one day I was waitressing, and I was like, let me start a cam show. And I started a cam show and made my first few tokens, and I was addicted. I made an Amazon wish list with a bunch of cosplay stuff. And from there, it just like, that's how it all started. So,
and you've done, what's this shit you've done like for Playboy and all that? And you got your first adult film, your major studio produced adult film just dropped too.
yes.
Let's rap about that for a little minute.
Stuff is happening. So since I was married, when I first started my cam modeling career, I was like a solo cam girl for a bunch of years. And then a few years ago, we separated. And then that's.
Now, let me ask you this too, and I hate to cut you off, but I'm just wondering, like, in that situation, being a guy that's, we're all in relationships and stuff. How does that work with that? Did that put a huge amount of like, you think like strain on your relationship with your ex, like being, doing what you're doing?
It did for sure, because we started off as a monogamous couple. So even me camming was still like a huge, like opening a door, because to me, I'm like, it's my fucking body. I can decide who looks at it, but with like marriage, monogamy, all that, it's like, it's a joint decision, your bodies and like what you do with them and everything. So it was hard for him to like, like the trust that I wouldn't just go online and find someone new. Basically, he didn't even care about me showing off my body. He was happy to. I actually taught him photography, and he's been my personal photographer for like 12 years now, because even when we first started, he's like, I'll take your nudes, we'll post them. He was not worried about that, but he definitely was worried about the open doors to conversations with other people. So
yeah.
I definitely like worried him a little bit there. But I never like found someone online. Like my cam show fans, those are not guys that you want to run away with most of the time. I mean, they're either married or they're just,
I don't trust even our fan base. And they don't even see us naked.
No. Well, no.
Sometimes.
They haven't.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
You've seen Sret naked a million times. He's fucking savage.
That's the premier club. $20 a month.
It's fun to be naked. I love it. It's giving me so much confidence being a cam girl.
And then people start screaming, and then I have to put my clothes back on. But
so that's why I don't
go to malls anymore.
Who's seen Fanboys? Anyone seen Fanboys? Yeah.
Yes, Fanboys.
Okay.
That's the shit. I haven't seen that movie in forever, but damn, that movie's great.
Oh, I watch it like twice a month.
Fanboys. So awesome. What a great movie.
I'm a huge nerd. So anyways, so I was a cam girl for a bunch of years. In the past couple years that I've been single, that's when I've started to do like OnlyFans collabs. So that was like the next step in my adult career, like starting to work with other big social media influencers and make our own videos together to sell on our own pages. And I got on the cover of Playboy Croatia. So it's an international edition, but it was February 2019. And then I also, a couple years ago, I won Hustler Magazine Beaver of the Year, 2021.
Yes,
So,
2021.
Of the year.
My beaver won the award.
I love that.
been-
Old Larry Flint.
Good
Dude,
old
you know
Larry
what's
Flint.
crazy? When I
What?
won, they booked me this trip to LA. They
Yeah.
got me a car, a boutique hotel, and they were going to take me out to dinner with Mr. and Mrs. Flint. I was going to meet them myself. But then
Wow.
COVID happened and there was some big
Aw.
shutdown and they canceled the trip. They're like, oh, we're going to rebook it at a later time. I was like, I was just in San Diego last week. I can still come shoot. They're like, no.
That's when you
it's
pull the crazy
here.
bitch shit. Like, no, I'm here right now. We got fucking do
Right?
it.
I should
Yeah.
have just done that.
Let that wrestling fandom kick in.
And then freaking Larry Flint died. And then they rebooked my trip a few months after that. So I had just missed him. And I think Hugh Hefner died like a couple years before my Playboy thing came out. So I'm like, the two top pervs of the world that would have loved me freaking passed before I got published.
Oh,
It was a little sad, but I've done those two magazines. I've been a guest anchor at Naked News TV. I've hosted my own camp show and website, OnlyFans, Patreon, all that for years. And yeah, I just did my first mainstream film for onlybbc.com pretty recently, a couple weeks ago in Miami. So that just really,
Dude, that would be,
and
how
Nice.
awesome would it be to have like a BBC shirt, but done up, mocking up the BCC from AEW?
Oh my
The
God, that'd
Blackpool
be-
Combat Club.
that's a
so
good
sick.
idea. Okay, so I'm making a
Sure.
merch
You need to
line
make a-
actually.
Yeah, yeah. Try. I mean, don't get sued or anything. You know, it's
I
AEW.
know,
They're taking down our
right?
videos and
That's
shit when I say their name.
Oh goodness, really? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm making
It's
a merch
parody.
line. I want it to be like an adult merch line. Like I want to make a shirt that says Jesus loves whores. And then wear
I
it.
think a black metal band already did that. Jesus,
I think
Crisis of
Cradle of
Cunt or
Filth.
something like that.
Cradle of Filth did that.
Jesus loves hookers, one of those.
Yeah, do that too.
Yeah.
That's why I got my Mary Magdalene tattoo. This is Mary Magdalene, not Mother
Nice.
Mary. Mary Magdalene, the prostitute.
Right.
I got her on me.
Yeah. There's a
Awesome.
Dirty Dead song called Prostitutes from Hell. It's really good. You should check it out.
Oh, I am gonna check that out. That sounds dope.
But getting into the adult stuff now with this shoot, like how is it like take us through a day in the life of a fucking shoot on set?
Well, that was my first. I mean, it was my first company shoot, but it's pretty much the same as all the other OnlyFans shoots. Whether there's a cameraman there or not, because sometimes when you work with an OnlyFans creator, it's just like you and the person, phone stands. And sometimes a lot of people that work with me, they know I'm very extra and theatrical, and I like to put my best foot forward. So a lot of creators I work with will like get a videographer in, but it's pretty much like the cameraman, cameras, lights. I get on set, I come on set right away with a positive attitude. I'm like super flirty and friendly. I like to ask my co-star to like, it's funny for this video I just did. It's my first time meeting this guy. We didn't get much time to talk beforehand. And I know he's a pro. Pros can get the job done.
I was
but
just
know
thinking
for
in my
guys-
mind, professional sex, professional sex.
Yeah, I know it's professional and he's a pro. He does this, but I still know it's hard for guys when there's like a camera on or there's a cameraman right there. Like it can still be hard to like focus and fully
yeah.
enjoy the moment when there's like someone else right there. Even when you're used to it, it's still like your mind is thinking on keep your penis hard, don't come until it's time. Da, 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 da. It's too much.
Oh man, that's a struggle for me every time I hook up with my old lady and it's like 2
Yes.
minutes later, it's like, oh.
Yeah, but at least if you do, it's okay, you know. But if you're on set and you do that shit, like people get annoyed. So
Yeah. Then you just got to
I
be like,
try
oh, well,
to-
no, it's my gimmick. It's a thing. I get,
Yeah,
give me another
this is
minute. I'll
cool.
give you another
This is
batch.
what I do.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Like
Ron
Bucky
Jeremy this
Larson.
motherfucker.
Right.
Let's spy my nata. Do like some
Stunt
orgasmo
cock.
shit. Yeah, stop.
Stunt
You guys
cock.
eat Pop-Tarts on set? Pop-Tarts a thing?
what? Is
I
that
know,
a trick
I know.
question?
No,
Like,
dude,
what?
it's you ever seen this movie Orgasmo?
Oh shit.
No, but
From the-
Ivan told me about it. I gotta
Yeah,
watch
the
it.
dudes from
Yes,
South
it's-
Park.
Yeah. It's from the guys from South Park. It's fucking,
Fucking
great.
hilarious, dude.
That's
So it was just kind of an
funny.
inside joke. Whatever. But no, I
It's
get where
so
you're
good.
coming from. Yeah, that could be totally, that could fucking suck, you know? And then you
Yeah,
just got to
so,
wait
like-
around.
It's hard. So I try to like help the guy feel comfortable because like I'm so comfortable being sexual naked. I'm an exhibitionist,
Right.
so it's fun for me. I never get stressed out. So even before this shoot, I told my co-star, his name was Ace. I was like, Ace, come here. I was like, I took him into a room. I'm like, sit on the bed next to me. And I sat there and I'm like, all right, where are you from? What do you like to do? I started to ask him things like about him. I was like wanting to know a little bit about him. And then I was like, okay,
Next thing you know, he's fucking
Yeah.
it's like wrong guy.
I was like, can we kiss off camera first real quick? And then we'll have like one kiss off camera. That way it just relaxes him and feel a little bit of a connection. Even though it's
Take me out
work,
for
I can
dinner.
be professional. Yeah, I like to like connect a little. That's the hard part though for me is that I am completely fine, can pay my bills on my own being cam girl. So me getting into like doing porn is really
Because
it
you
is
wanna
to grow
do
my
it.
brand, but it's for fun. Yeah. And I'm a single woman, so I have to be conscious. Some of these people are in relationships. I got to be professional, but it's also a very intimate fucking thing. You're letting a man put himself inside you. So there is some like intimacy to it. Like you got to have some, like I could never, maybe other people can, but I can never like work with someone that I can't vibe with at all or that disgusts me. Like that we have to have some sort of friendship on a basic level, even if it's a professional friendship. Like there has to be some sort of friendly connection, like okay, we're comfortable with each other.
I struggle with that all the time with these two bozos.
How dare
That's
you
true.
speak such
no
unpleasantries?
sword fights.
Hey,
It's
we
hard to
don't
connect.
cross the stream,
hard to-
all right?
Hard to connect with them.
It's hard to commit.
Fucking assholes.
Crossing streams, you're never supposed to do that.
No, you're not
we
supposed
don't.
to. Tell them
I
about
was
the
just
Twinkie.
Oh,
reiterating.
okay.
We're cool, you know?
Like you're gonna
Yeah,
make shit happen in the
exactly.
universe. I watch too much Ghostbusters, so
I love
Tell 'em-
Ghostbusters.
I love
man.
Ghostbusters. Tell them
Right.
Yeah,
about
with the
Twinkie.
Frozen Empire is coming out, the new one.
Oh, I can't wait.
with Paul
Should be
Rudd.
good. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
The first one, I shed a little bit of a tear, but I was like, man,
course.
fucking Egon, man.
You
I
got
was
Egon.
just gonna say Egon. He was so hot too. I like
Egon-
nerds.
Egon
Really?
ruled.
Like,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You
You
got
look like you could have been in
rules.
Devo. Okay, so let me ask you this: what's your
Could've been
type?
Devo.
What's your? Let me ask you, what's your
Who said
type? A
Devo?
girl like you, fucking Kitty Quinn, sitting live
Oh,
on Just Pro
boy.
Wrestling.
Funny
What's your type?
guys. Like Jack Black. That's my type.
There you go.
Straight up. Like a beard and a belly. That's my shit.
That's a
My
shirt right
girlfriend
there.
sent it today. Sent her a
Excuse me
picture.
while I let my gut exhale.
My girlfriend, she answered me today. I sent her a picture of like my ex-husband and my son because we went to Tennessee for an Elvis show this weekend. She's like, "You're right. He does look like Jack Black." I'm like, "Right? I married Jack Black." My ex.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I like funny guys. I don't really have a type. I like. I don't want to say I like young dudes. I don't really like guys in their 20s. They suck. I like older men, like usually 40s and up. 30s is still young for me, but like I'm flexible. I don't really have a specific age range. I also like different body types. Like as long as they're not skinny. I don't like when a guy's skinnier than me. Like
Yeah.
I like big fat man or a muscular man, but like no skinny guys. You can't be smaller than me. Can't be smaller or younger than me. I like a man.
No
So-
toothpicks,
Like a
Chico.
man. Hey, yo, Chico.
I live in the
Tell you
South. So.
something, man.
I like a man to have a side business as a bootlegger, making moonshine.
Well, you might
Yeah,
like
right.
the South.
That
Some of that
listens to
fucking
Molly,
J Rock
listens-
sauce.
listens to Molly Hatchet every day.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm moving down the road and I'm flirting with disaster.
I actually listen to a lot of bluegrass when I'm like driving through the mountains
Nice.
here.
Well,
It's like
Why not? One in Rome.
perfect segue. What do you listen? What do you like to get down to musically? And how important, if any importance, is music in your life? Because we're huge fucking music guys. We play in bands. Minus Threaten, he like tries to learn Dave Matthews songs to serenade me, and sometimes I get a
close.
chub for that.
He's
But, you know,
close.
Oh, that's awesome.
like
Music's
what I like.
important.
Like what I like. Like I,
Listen
when
to
I was a
every
young
day.
kid, like I judged pretty much all my friendships on like, what you don't like this band, you don't like that. Maybe that that was bad, but for the most part, it served me well. I figured I hung out with some cool people. Like
I think
they're,
that's
the
what
same
made me
bands.
like so many different friend groups growing up, is because I had so many different styles and listened to so many different music. Because I grew up, first of all, in marching band, so I play concerts.
Me too.
Cool.
You
What
don't
do you
say.
play? So one time at band camp?
Bass drum guy. I was a guitarist. So I didn't even want to be in marching band, but they were like, we need a guy to wear the big ass bass drum so we can go to Florida. And we did. And it was still cool. I walked in horse shit one day in a 4th of July parade.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweating my ass
Never
off in this
forget it.
polyester pirate motherfucking uniform. Ugly crimson and gold motherfucking colors. And I'm marching. I'm like, doom, doom, doo-goo, doo-goo, like getting it, dude. Sweating bullets.
Right.
Sweating bullets. Next thing you know, one big pile of shit. It just like, and I had to keep going. I was like, I looked at the person next to me. I was like, man, I just stepped in a huge pile of shit. Like, I was like, I wanted to cry because I don't get along with fecal matter at all. Like, it's my dog shit in the house. And I'm like, tell my old lady, I was like, clean it up.
Yep. Playing the bass drum, playing the intro to Chaos AD while you're marching in the fourth.
Oh, shit.
My school was so ghetto. My drumline thought they were Drumline, the movie.
Drumline, the movie. Nick Cannon. Everyone thought they were Nick Cannon.
Yes. I was in South Florida, so
Oh yeah,
everyone they were
down
Drumline. So
everyone down here is in Drumline.
Yeah. Are you in South Florida?
No, not in South Florida. I'm in Gainesville.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a Gator fan either.
Getting them gangs in the Ville.
Kind of rough.
Yeah,
Jacksonville. Don't you?
Yeah.
Is that a jaguar on your shoulder or a leopard?
What on my shoulder? Oh, yeah. I was like, what is on my shoulder?
I know you said Jacksonville. It made me think of the Jags for a second. So I was like, is that a jaguar or a leopard or a cheetah?
No, I was a Dolphins fan growing up. That was the only sports team I ever used to support.
Really?
Because my dad watched the Dolphins. So
big fan of Ace Ventura then, huh?
Oh my gosh. You know who's a big fan of him? My kid. He loves Jim Carrey.
Awesome.
He's obsessed with Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, like Rob Schneider.
Yes, the greats.
Rob
I raised him right. Yeah. It's because it's all I watch.
Rob Schneider's a hidden gem.
Really? The animal?
Right?
Or it's like, it's me, Jessica. Or what's that one?
Oh, no. Yeah.
That's what I'm watching.
What is that?
It's a movie about where like him and this hot chick like switch bodies.
Yeah, the hot chick. Isn't that what it's called?
The hot chick?
Yeah, that's what it's called, the hot chick.
You know what the best part of that movie is when they're in the mall and she finds the earrings before they do the switch. And then the lady's like, she's like looking at the earrings. I think the lady at the store might be telling her a story, and you hear just doom, 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 there's drums, and it's like getting dramatic. And then all of a sudden the lady who owns the store, she's like, cut that out. And it's Adam Sandler, and he has like dreads, and he's like playing drums in the store.
Oh, shit.
And everything in the store, he's like, you can put your weed in it. Like a box.
Yeah, that's right.
Looks like it's from Africa. And he's like, you can put your weed in it.
You can put your weed in it.
So
man, forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can. What are some of your favorite bands?
Okay, so I listen to a lot of different music. So because of the marching band stuff, I listen to a lot of like classical music, and then I'll listen to a lot of instrumental stuff.
Yes.
But I listen to, I'm so bad with music. Like I know so many songs and bands, probably. I just don't know them by name. But like growing up, I listened to mostly like Gorillaz and Kid Cudi and stuff like that.
Kid Cudi.
Day and night.
Yeah.
Day and night. Yeah, that's my jam, dude.
We used to throw these fucking death metal like dance parties. And it was
yep.
We were a bunch of death metal dudes, but we're fucking throwing fever dance parties because we knew a guy who had a fucking line on some X, and he was a DJ, and like it was just like, but we threw in like old school heartthrob and stuff like that. Like legit, it was just weird. Like, why are these death metal dudes having a rave? Like, didn't make sense.
Funny.
Why not?
I've never been to a rave.
But that used to be one of the key songs, because I remember as soon as my brain started to melt, it's like day and night. The fucking remix.
These days, I'm an old lady. I listen to Elvis every day. I listen to like, especially in this country, and driving through the country, I listen to like Leonard Skinner and
you need to listen to some old Danzig. You ever listen to Danzig at all?
Nobody listens to that.
Come on. If you like Elvis and like that shit, come on. First 4 albums. Glenn Danzig. You ever heard of the Misfits?
Yes.
He's the original singer from the Misfits. He's evil Elvis. You'll dig him.
Oh, I
covers
gotta
some
check it
Elvis,
out. I love Elvis. I saw an Elvis tribute show this weekend. It was like a national competition show. And one of the Elvises were so hot, I wanted to kiss him. I was like, what if he's married and his wife comes out and punch me? This is not the real Elvis. I can't do that. And then I was with my ex-husband and my kids. So I was like, oh, he's such a cock block. He probably is afraid to kiss me because he probably thinks he's my husband. So no Elvis for me this weekend.
No. Gotcha. Oh, sugar.
What's up, mama?
I want to do an Elvis adult film one day. I'll be Marilyn Monroe. He could be Elvis. Mashup.
That would actually be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would be cooler if you guys were like banging in heaven or something like that. No, I feel like no one makes like, okay, us dirty-minded people, we're thinking from time to time on this show, we've had Andre the Giant, the spirit of Andre the Giant channeled down. And he talks to us from time to time, right? And he's always talking about like the crazy orgies up in heaven with like Tupac and Marilyn Monroe and all this crazy
going
shit
on up there.
I feel like the porn industry needs to take that direction too. And maybe do a little more ultra fantasy shit. Like these motherfuckers, they're in heaven, kicking it, fucking whoever, doing some weird crazy shit.
Well, that's why I'm trying to do like fantasy porn because of the cosplay stuff. Like I'm actually, because of Ivan, him and I together are about to start working on this like series of Tarantino parody films because I'm a huge Tarantino fan.
Yeah, oh man.
Badass.
Is all that does he run the alt erotic shit or does he just work for them or how's that work? Because I'm very like a newbie to like the business, not the business.
I forget too because I'm a new friend of his. I'm still learning all this stuff. I want to say that he owns it now. Maybe he didn't before. I don't know if there's a different owner before and now he owns it or if that's a different company. Right. I know he's I think I got to get him on here too and pop that guy's shit because he is a cool fucking dude. Yeah. I told him I'd have him on. I'm actually I started a podcast last year, but I fell off after a couple of episodes. So I'm relaunching it this week. And this Friday, I'm going to release the first episode. It's going to be called The Naked Podcat. And it's like
not just a clever name.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to be like The Naked Truth.
You should be
the Naked Podcat.
You should be naked the whole time doing it. But, for the sake of like it's YouTube, get the blur, get the old school like current affair, like
the old black block.
Yeah, just a black block. I wanted to be naked, and I was like,
yes, you could do that. You could show like midriff and fucking whatever and all this. I mean, damn, we had Misha Montana on here. Her boobs were pretty much hanging out the whole time. It's like, and no one ever blocked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the uncensored version on your OnlyFans.
Dressed like a nerd for the podcast.
There you go.
The internet probably has those fake blocks where you just take a piece of cardboard, make it look like a block, and it's you just tape it to like a bra or something, like a fake.
It would be funny as fuck. Yeah, it'd be great.
When are you launching that?
Friday, the first episode is going to be released.
Sweet.
So, and I'm just going to it's going to be me solo talking for episodes. It's going to be me interviewing people. I'm going to like talk to my sisters, talk about crazy stories growing up. Maybe I can get like a guy I've banged on and like ask him shit. Like,
after that first orgasm, how did you feel?
Yeah. It's crazy. Like,
there were so many, I don't know.
So guys, did you mean to fart during that? Or?
Interesting. Some guys are like trembling when they meet me. They're like,
I bet.
Afraid. I'm like, baby, calm down. Let mama give you a hug.
Settle down. Oh, that's my thigh. Oh, put that away.
How long did it take you for for this first major one that you just did? Like, how long was everything like said and done? From point A to fucking point Z.
Oh, it was a matter of weeks, and it probably would have happened sooner if I lived down in Miami, but I had to like fly down, so we had to plan it out. But
so you have to go back and forth, or just the one time?
Well, it was just the one film I've done so far. So I went down and filmed it, but I also scheduled a couple other shoots. I shot with Filu, I shot with J-Mac, I shot with and then I did a fun elf cosplay 3-way thing with my friend Bronze Goddess and Dawn Diggler. Which I love that name, Dawn Diggler.
Name rules. Right? Dawn Diggler. Oh.
When I told him, I was like, He's like, no way, nobody under 30 ever gets that reference. I'm like, well, I know that reference, so it
Where
rocks.
the fuck you think Dolph Ziggler to kick it back to wrestling? Where do you think that came from? Come on, people,
I
right?
love Dolph Ziggler. I just found out he used to date Nikki Bella before.
He used to date everyone. Girl, he was banging Sonny when Sonny was just like
really?
half the girl she used to be.
You can have me. Maybe
Zig?
we look too alike though, that like curly blonde hair. I don't know. I've never been into blonde dudes. You know how they say gingers have no souls? Like that's how it is in my mind. Like blonde guys are just like empty to me. I don't get excited when I look at blonde guys. Blonde guys.
They all look like Swizgar from Metalocalypse.
This is totally dildos.
Yeah. Und ja. This is Swizgar Swiggas. I plays guitars and I looks at Bush. This is dildos.
It's totally great. Let's get into some pop culture talk here because you're sporting fucking what is that? That's Dragon Ball, right?
Goku, right?
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I'm not a huge Dragon Ball guy myself, but we're fans of many other things in pop culture. So what's like some of the shit like gaming, movie wise? Some of that stuff, comics, cartoons.
I grew up with a strict ass dad, so all I did growing up was play video games and go to the movies.
All you did was rebel, right? Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
That's what happens.
Parents, if you're out there listening right now, and if you are, you're very naughty. Just listen. You gotta let your kids just slide a little bit of that fucking shit in.
Straight up, I tell people, I'm like, if my dad wasn't so strict, I wouldn't have been so anxious to sneak out or go hook up with boys or go do this or that. And then I moved out like the day I turned 18 because my parents were so strict. And then what do you know? Like my whole life. It's an amazing life. I love my life. It's great. But still, I could have like definitely stayed a child for longer if my dad wasn't so fucking strict. So
I'll stay a child forever, girl.
I know, right?
Gotcha.
I'm like,
I'm a Toys R Us
way
kid.
to live.
Exactly.
But my dad is like a huge part of like my pop culture influence because I grew up watching like movies my dad watched, so like dude movies, like a lot of superhero stuff. I mean, when I was growing up, Harry Potter, a bunch of new Star Wars movies came out, Lord of the Rings came out. So I grew up like super fucking nerdy because I was into all that shit. So it bled into my adult life with the cosplay stuff. And I mean, I love Marilyn Monroe. She's obviously a big influence of mine. When it comes to music, I've loved like Kid Cudi, Gorillaz, Daft Punk. I like rap, rock, just like a little bit everything. I don't listen to a lot of country. Like the old Tim McGraw and Faith Hill shit is cool, but I don't like listen to any modern country or anything. That's the only thing I would say. And it's so weird. Like I'm trying to catch up with the world with EDM and electronic music and all that. I'll hang out with like 60-year-old dudes and they're like, what kind of music you like? I'm like, Elvis. And they're like, oh, I listen to EDM. I'm like, your old ass is listening to EDM. and I'm not.
You're a fucking poser.
Like, wait a minute.
I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? I'm
Right?
such a
I listen to
grandma.
Excision. Wait, you know who the hell they are?
It's kind of like I'm into like, nerdy shit. I do love video games. I haven't played as much lately, but I do love like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Call of Duty, Battlefront. I love Battlefront. That's
Oh my
a big
God,
one.
Battlefront's
Call of
my
Duty,
jam.
World at War, right? I'm like shooting games. Oh, who used to play RuneScape? That's a throwback.
Yeah.
I love RuneScape.
What is? Oh, RuneScape.
Yeah, RuneScape. I remember playing that.
RuneScape. Oh, okay. I never played it.
Yeah. So
Hey, could you do me a favor? Can you ASMR describing what RuneScape is? Because you just got real close to the mic. You were like, did you guys watch RuneScape? Have you ever played RuneScape? Just humor me. Just what it Kitty, what's RuneScape? What's RuneScape about?
Wait, am I supposed to whisper?
I don't know how you do it.
Go. Yeah, here we go. Go. In
I got
3,
serious.
2,
I get serious.
Yeah,
1.
let's get fucking.
Here's RuneScape, by definition, by Kitty Quinn.
RuneScape is a bunch of nerds just fucking around and looking for online girlfriends and collecting gold and killing trolls. And
All right, cool.
That was awesome.
That was great.
That was really
is
good.
it good? Okay.
Yeah, that was
Am I in
great.
the club? Did I pass the test?
Oh, yeah.
Once you got the third word in, I realized that I don't like ASMR.
You don't,
because you were like
we established.
you got like professional like broadcaster voice at the starting, so that's what I wanted, but I didn't ask for that. I asked for ASMR, so you got right in there and you were like,
I know.
He's like, oh.
I was like, hope she
That's like an earlobe.
all right, sorry. Yeah, all right.
What's guy doing? Slapping his thighs? What is this? What am I hearing?
So yeah, it's crazy because like I don't know, when it comes to pop culture, I feel like I'm not really one of those people that is like into a lot of modern stuff. Like I never watched the fucking Kardashians in my life. I don't know who's dating Megan Fox. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on out there in the world. I just ignore modern shit and I just kind of like I'm into old shit, like especially like I like old stuff like 50s or 70s, but I also like to pretend sometimes that I'm like in the late 90s, early 2000s before the world got how it is now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
Right?
I miss those times so much.
I do too.
I miss them so
days.
fucking much. God
Oh
damn
my
it.
god, yeah, the MySpace.
Oh
LimeWire
man, the
days.
MySpace, man,
When I was a
Winamp.
kid.
so great.
Yeah.
Well, we do talk about it all the time when we get into like the pop culture talk. We talk constantly about there is so much. I know a lot of people will say there's no cool shit happening now as far as music or movies. They want to knock modern day shit, and there's so much awesome
There's
shit
so much happening.
coming out now. Whatever the fuck
too
you want
much.
to watch, there's something for you. But it's but the awesome thing is because of the internet, all that old shit, like you could trigger your nostalgia, you could trigger your childhood. It doesn't take long for you to like listen to some shit or like with everything you do, and you could tap into like a whole world of stuff. Like we've been talking about cosplay a little bit. You have like an endless amount of things you could dress as, whether it's a cartoon or a movie or some old, like Marilyn Monroe or any of the other what do you call them, like pinup models from back in the day. So you get the world it's fucking whatever you want. It's
The world is your oyster.
Yeah.
Moisture.
Or wait, let me retract that. I'll take a line from my buddy Bradley in Pink Machines.
Yes.
The world is your moisture.
Told you.
Ooh, I like that. Moisture.
Yes. Another
Now that
shirt.
makes me think of a scene from Master of Disguisey, but nobody ever like watches that movie. I didn't go,
Master of
Oh my God, no, that turtle
With
man.
Dana-
Remember the turtle?
with Dana Carvey?
turtle.
Yes. Oh, funny story about
No.
that. Funny fucking story about that. And it's so weird that you say this because literally this past Saturday night, me and my old lady went out and then we ended up splintering off doing our own thing at the end of the night. And I went to a longtime childhood friend of mine fucking house who back in the day, that movie, I remember it came out and we're like, yeah, because we were big Dana Carvey, that era of like SNL guys, like right up there with, the original cast. So we go see it and it's like, it's so fucking horrible. We didn't stay there for the whole thing. I think we ended up walking into XXX. And I was like,
there you go.
oh man, it wasn't even much better,
No.
But it's just so funny you bring up Master of Disguise because it is just one of those terrible movies. But I ended up rewatching the whole thing, and I'm like, God damn it! Like, come on, Dana Carvey,
Why would you do
fell
that?
off.
Oh my
Garth
gosh, I love
Allen.
when he's disguised as the guy from Jaws. He's like, all right.
yes,
okay."
that.
He's like, no. And the guys are like, what? He's like, how about no.
What? Oh my god.
I'll cheers to that.
Oh, of course.
I will bring up all the goofy, funny, weird movies. Like, I am just.
Well, you were
oh my
talking about
goodness, dude.
Tarantino. What's your favorite Tarantino flick?
For sure, Kill Bill, because that was the first one that I saw.
And do you
Love Kill
consider?
Bill.
Do you? I lump this in, but most people, I guess, in canon, whatever you want to call it, wouldn't. True Romance.
I actually haven't seen that. That I have not seen. I know. I still haven't seen Silence of the Lambs, right? Or Lamb, whatever it is. I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
Silence of the Loins. Next film.
I'm
The
like,
Hams.
next.
Silence of the Yams.
Yeah, I haven't. That's a good parody name.
So deep, I put that ass to sleep. Hence the
These are Ice
silence
Cube.
of the loins. He's coming around here to Hammond, Indiana.
Y'all
dude.
need to
I
be
saw
porn
that today. I'm like,
directors.
I know. We
I
do.
got some ideas. I could do
I got
it.
an idea. Final Fantasy. Adult movie. There we go.
Yes, that would be good.
That would be sick. You'd get that. That would earn a lot of
Although
money.
I feel like that would probably have a lot of like gay porn in it because I just imagine a bunch of
Probably.
dudes dressed
Yeah.
like anime guys like fucking each other.
Yeah, probably. Cloud.
I mean, yeah, that's probably. Let's see. We didn't get in that
Cloud,
nerdy, girl. but
Cloud
not
just
that there's
clapping
anything wrong with
Sephiroth's
it.
cheeks.
Exactly. I feel like just giving you a hella gay scenes.
All right. Sephiroth, it's time. Let me whip out my sword.
That's me so
Yes.
Oh,
Just cue the
he
NWO
can do
music.
it.
Yep. Wow.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah, Sephiroth, it's over.
Yeah, I do.
It's
It's over. I'm gonna destroy your ass, bud.
buckle up, buckaroos.
Buckaroos. Yes.
I have a
Sorry.
question.
Went off the rails.
What's we could pivot afterwards. What's the last movie or TV show you watched? Like something that it's not on your regular rotation.
Oh, so
Doesn't matter what it
Ivan
is.
turned me on to this. It's the shit because I love the movie and I met some of the actors of the movie at a horror convention, but I never seen this show. And I finally started watching it and I'm addicted. What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I've always
Yeah.
wanted to check that out, but I've
Me
never
too.
watched it.
See, I saw the movie, so I was attached to the movie characters. And so I was like,
Was
I wanna
Johnny
watch the
Depp in that
show.
one?
No.
No,
He was
who
in
the
Yoga
fuck is it?
Yoga Hosers. You seen Yoga Hosers?
Yeah, holy
No,
shit,
I
yeah.
actually haven't seen that yet. No.
They gave him.
Gotta
They gave him
watch it.
he's a great detective. They gave him a dick nose.
Earlier when we were talking about the French guys and everything, I pulled that if you guys have ever seen the Tim and Eric, if you ever watched Tim and Eric Awesome Show, great job. The movie, the $1 billion movie, it's like this guy named John Depp, and he's like a Johnny Depp impersonator. Everybody looks just like him. He's walking through France, and they're making this $1 billion movie that they funded, and it's like 2 minutes long. And the whole first minute of it is just like brought to you by like a million different companies. And he's walking, he's like, oh, I just love living in France. And look at the girls. They're beautiful. Oui, oui, magnifique. And they're like these like underage looking girls. And he sits down, and it's like you look at him, and it looks like Johnny Depp. But they hired an imposter, and his name is John Depp, starring John Depp.
That is hilarious.
with one P.
There was a Jack Sparrow guy at the first Run Fest I ever went to. And then I saw him years later at a Comic-Con and he told me he was the same one. I'm like, and he kept trying to talk to me. I was like, I met you when I was 16. I can't talk to you anymore.
Please, I gotta go. Yeah.
Like, I gotta get out of here. And then he was trying to tell me his like Jack Sparrow costume was like $20K or something, and that he was a stunt double. And I was like, where are the pictures? You're full of shit.
Way to call him out. There you go.
I was like,
Take him
this
down,
guy's
pig.
full of
Thanks.
shit.
Yeah, easy there,
I
20
didn't
grand.
believe
Settle
him.
down. Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
Yeah. Smells of shit.
Right?
Yeah, straight up.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this: when you're going and doing these shoots, or just even personally, I mean, but being a professional adult entertainer, if you will, is there any? What would you not do? And what's like the worst position a guy can have you in?
What do you mean, like sex position?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know. There's no
Yoga position.
There's one position for one of those
Anaconda
stories I gotta
vice.
tell you guys off
Anaconda
camera.
squeeze.
There's one crazy position someone did to me, but I don't know. There's not really. For me, just don't stick anything in my ass. I don't do anal. That's like my only rule on set. Just no anal. I could do
Me
all
too.
the positions in my vagina. Just no anal. Just like that's my. That's my only thing. But I don't know. Like, oh, definitely for me right now. Like I have to get my boobs redone, so my boob implant looks a little funny when I'm like from the side. So like if I'm just like it's a side angle of the side of my boob, that's the only thing that I hate right now because I need to get it fixed. But like physically, I'm pretty flexible and I'm comfortable in all positions. Doggy is my favorite position because that's when you can go the deepest. And I say that too. Dude, I have to stop saying shit like this during sex because it makes guys come instantly. I gotta shut the fuck up.
Oops.
Yeah, and when I say their name, like their legal birth name, it's like instant.
Oh, it's
nut.
over. Game
Oh,
over.
Jacob Michael Brown.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
they just come.
Exactly.
Like, what? What was that?
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I
never
ruined your
happened to me
roommate's
before.
bed sheets.
That's my baptism name.
Yes.
What's like
My
the
full
biggest turnoff for you?
name.
It's like the biggest turnoff for you. If a guy's trying to, get down, have a night
Biggest
with
turn
you.
off. Okay, so my few biggest turnoffs. First of all, insecure guys, like guys who are insecure, and they like bring up, "Oh, I'm not like the porn guys. Oh, I don't have a giant monster cock." I'm like, shut the fuck
Neither
up.
did the
Like,
Christmas guy. I saw the Christmas thing you did. And I was looking at it. I was like, well, I'm not that. Hey, man. I was like, all right.
I saw my
Like, all right,
Christmas
hey.
clip.
Yeah, I was like, all right. But then, I see like the clip for your new trailer and shit. And I'm like, oh, well, I can't compete. You throw some fucking
No.
boss hog at me. It's like, I'm sorry, man. It's just a little Timmy over here trying to,
Coochie stretch. So just don't. We can take many sizes. Yeah.
See?
So, for me, it's just the insecure thing, or
Yeah.
like I lecture guys before I even get to that point with them. I'm like, okay, floss your teeth, trim your nails, clean under them. Like for me, this one guy, I had been seeing him regularly. He was actually an older man, like a sugar daddy type dude, which I don't do sugar daddies, but that's just the term that I'm going to use on camera. But he was like a sugar daddy dude. And so I went to go see him. We had seen each other for years. And I walked in this one time, he had fucking food in his teeth. And he went to go kiss me.
Oh,
And I had to push him away. And I had to tell him, no.
you ain't eat my
gotta
pussy
go
with that kernel in
brush
your fucking gullet.
your teeth. And then he brushed his teeth. It was fine. We hung out. But then after that time, it just like, even though he brushed his teeth and it was fine, I messaged him. I was like, listen, I can't see you anymore.
Real.
Yeah. And then he like begged me. I think I didn't see him for like a year. And then I finally saw him again. He's like, I promise I'll floss and brush my teeth before you come in the door. And I'm like, yeah, you fucking
Like, nah,
better.
dude. Yeah, like, it's
better.
over. You fucked up. That's a one-time
You fucked
deal,
up. You fucked
when you
up.
got a fucking quarter of a ribeye stuck between your fucking
Exactly.
grill, like,
All right.
Yeah.
Half a head of broccoli.
yeah, have
Floss your teeth,
broccoli
y'all.
and it's burnt broccoli to boot, so it's
Right.
black and it's obvious. It's just sticking like a huge piece of rubber.
Oh,
Don't be
man,
trying to
Jesus.
entertain the thought that you're going to have a good
Exactly.
time with my body parts.
Smells
'cause I
like
don't
old
think
ass
so.
Brussels sprouts.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And it doesn't turn me off a lot. Like I'm so cool with hair and guys, especially being all natural. But when I see
Yeah.
guys who have like a huge fucking bush in their asshole, I'm like,
And he's not a politician. It's like,
In the bum? Wait a minute.
in the ass crack. I'm like, a bush in
Oh.
your ass crack. Like
Oh.
that. I'm like, there's no way.
tiger
you can, like,
uppercut.
ever wipe and it's just clean. Like you have
No
to
way.
shower. Like how?
Major berries.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, dude, you look like a Wookiee.
Yes.
Like, come on, dude.
What a Wookiee.
If you're gonna walk around with that much hair on your butt crack, go live on the forest moon of Endor, you Wookiee. What a prick.
Seriously, yes.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
I've told
Do you
this
know
story
the
before.
home planet of Chewbacca, by the way?
Uh-oh.
Kashyyyk?
Come on. Yeah.
Oh,
Told you.
Team fanboys.
I told you. You
Sorry,
just
continue.
won.
I would have flashed him if I would give him got my Jerry beads if we weren't on a podcast.
See?
Jerry Benoit beads.
Yeah, I still want to get my Jerry beads one day.
There you go.
Hey, so as we wind down here, like on the wrestling side, I want to kind of kick it back to that a little bit. Is there anything you would like to do within wrestling? Like, you got Ivan, you got that connect with XPW. They do like the XPW fucking girls, and they bring in a bunch of like, porn stars and models and whatnot. Would you entertain doing something in the ring or doing like a valet spot or some shit like that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I know that I'm not too afraid to wrestle in a sense of like being physical, because I actually took Brazilian jiu-jitsu for a little while and I
There you
work
go.
out
Sweet.
often. Like, yeah, I like to be strong and stuff. But because I model, I'm so pale, I bruise easy and stuff like that.
You
So
scar
I'm like,
easy. You don't. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like,
so much makeup.
yeah, so I'm anal to detail. So of course, like being a model, that's my passion. So I focus on doing the best I can modeling. But I would totally do like if I could be a mud or oil wrestling, do that one day I would. Or I always wished I was like, man, I wish I could like just be someone's fucking talk shit girl on the side of the ring and like an AEW or WWE show. Like just come out.
You got some spunk to you? What would you say? Give it to me right now. What would you say?
A character. Oh, see, I'm so bad. I'm so giggly. I don't know how to be serious and talk shit. So I would have to be like some sort of playful, like, like sticking my tongue out and smiling and laughing and talking shit to the fans or
like
something.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, like exactly. I'd be like a Harley Quinn type of character. So I'd be like,
exactly. So you could knock it out of the park.
I'd be like, fuck you, but I'd be all cute while I'm saying it.
Exactly.
So.
Smiling too.
Yeah.
Giving them the finger, then blowing them a kiss.
Yeah, exactly.
Kick them right in the balls. Yep.
Right in the balls.
When they're not looking, you kick them right in the balls.
Right? I can go on the wrestling ring and kick someone in the nuts and I just like giggle about it and turn around
exactly.
to the fans. Yeah. That's the shit I do.
Are you watching anything like weekly? Like is AEW to you like must watch TV when you can? You know, like what's your wrestling viewing schedule like?
Right now my wrestling has been like dead. I have not watched anything. I'm out of it for like the past like at least 6-something months. But the last thing I was watching the most of all was the AEW. I mean, I love WWE always because I do love a bunch of people on there, but like AEW has like the blood and cussing, like I said. So that's my favorite thing.
That's your favorite shit, like the hardcore matches.
Yeah, I like to cuss like a sailor and see that rough shit and see blood and yeah. I like the hardcore.
In the confines of the squared circle.
Exactly. I like that shit. I like it hardcore because they go all out. I just like the rest. I don't know. It's just more not so. I feel like WWE is kind of like the Disney of the wrestling world.
Yeah, yes, for sure.
Clean cut. So, which I love Disney, but you know,
not in my wrestling though.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I don't understand like people that, you know, like there's tribalism. I get it. There's tribalism in the NFL, you know, like I'm a Bears fan. I don't give a fuck really about anybody else. Yeah. I just, it's you got to have your WWE, you got to have your Disney, and then you got to have your AEW, your HBO. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Like the naughtier stuff. So it's true. I need to go to a wrestling show soon. It's been a little while since I've seen, I think the last one that I went to, I want to say it was in Nashville, Tennessee. And it was also the same night of the Country Music Awards. So when I went, there was like red carpets and a bunch of cowboys everywhere in town. I was like, what is going on?
Magnum TA.
Yeah, Hangman Page.
Dude, Hangman Page, I love how he's starting to grow that shit, and he looks like
he's
Magnum
channeling it, dude.
My old lady fucking gets wet every time it comes out, and I'm like, looking at her like, fuck you.
Hangman TA.
Don't worry, the girls will be out in a second. I'll get my revenge.
Yeah, here we go.
I know all the wrestlers are always like wet and oily looking their hair and shit.
Who do you think who's the hottest wrestler in your opinion right now, mainstream?
Damn, well that's the thing.
And then who do you and then I want to know who you think is the hottest wrestler ever, in your opinion. Not just looks, but like just
I'll
like
first of all say ever, The Rock. That's
really?
I'll just say him.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
He's fucking
a good choice. He's a beautiful man.
Yeah, I'm not even into bald guys, but I like him. So yeah, he can get it. But right now, I want to say because I'm not sure who is. I really don't know because I haven't been watching wrestling lately.
I think you said, I think earlier you said Edge, aka Adam Cole.
I mean, Edge, is he wrestling?
Yeah, he's in AEW.
Oh, then I choose Edge. I'll take the Edge.
Really?
But
edging with disaster.
If he was a single man,
boy.
You know, but
yeah, you'd have to fight Beth Phoenix over there. I don't know how that would.
Or I'll take them both. But
that's a huge bitch.
See, there we go. Problem solved.
I like women. I was just talking the other day about how I love older women. So
yeah. There you go, MILFs. Wait, you were talking about doing two. I think when we were talking on the phone, that you have a MILFs podcast or something too, right? Or is
I'm about to start that with my friend Renna Ryan. I call her my porn mommy. She's basically when I first started cam modeling, I posted on my Facebook, and she was a mom friend that I did a henna tattoo on her for a breastfeeding shoot. So she had like a henna sleeve I gave her, and when I posted about camming and porn, she was like, oh my gosh, I've been in mainstream porn and doing camming for years. And then we started doing cam shows and videos together. She taught me everything. But recently she's been like going through divorce this past year, and we've been talking like so much more than we ever have before. We've gotten so close because, you know, I went through divorce a couple years ago, and I like did it in a positive way. Me and my ex were co-parent, we're like brother and sister. And I've been like this fucking Wonder Woman ever since, like working out, chasing my career goals, like focusing on myself hardcore, not dating, not fucking around, not getting, I keep everyone at a distance and focus
That's
on
the key, girl. When you're working as hard as you are right now, and you got seed, you got that you got to take care of. Focus on yourself. I mean, hey, what was the old NWA adage? Find them, fuck them, and flee. And I mean that in the best way possible. Let them down easy, ladies and gentlemen. But if you're a self-motivated, because what you're doing, and I think what I'm just assuming you would want to achieve in life, that takes a special kind of dedication that alienates pretty much everyone close to you, and not by choice, because you gas guys like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. How did he become The Rock? By doing just that.
It's true. And I like live, eat, and breathe Kitty Quinn. That's why I don't have any secret porn persona name online, or I don't hide my face. Like, I am Kitty Quinn.
There is another older girl named Kitty Quinn I've seen, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And she's just like an edging master. It's like, you're almost there. Nah, not today, buddy.
It's crazy. When I first chose my name, it was supposed to be Dakota River, because I wasn't sure. And everyone said I looked like Dakota Fanning growing up.
Yeah,
so I
you
chose
kind of got that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I chose River for whatever reason, because it was like a
River Phoenix. A river runs through it.
Oh, a good movie.
Yeah, River of Deceit. That season.
I've never seen it.
No,
when I looked up Dakota River, it was a gay porn star. So it was like anal videos everywhere. And
Oh, man.
Like, I can't
Piggyback. Literally, piggyback.
So I decided, I was like, after a few days, I was like, wait, I need to choose a different name. I'm going to show my face. I actually want to do this and blow it up so big that I become a huge pop culture icon, like the modern day Marilyn. And then I could live off this brand the rest of my life. So Kitty, I chose because when I was a kid, I used to pretend to be a cat. I used to like drink milk out of bowls and rub on my parents' legs.
We are Siamese, if you don't, please.
I was a cat. And then I chose Quinn because it sounded cute and it matched. And like Harley Quinn was one of my first cosplay ever was Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill, but the second one was Harley Quinn. So I was like, okay, I look like Harley Quinn, Kitty Quinn. So I put that together. So yeah, that was how I got that name.
Nice.
And then the MILF Moments thing, is with my porn mom friend Renna. And basically we talk so much and I've been keeping her so focused since her divorce, like how to be positive, focus on her career herself, try not to focus on guys and all that bullshit. And just, so we want to do a podcast called MILF Moments where we talk about porn industry stuff and mom shit and just anything you want. So
how you maintain is I think that's a great thing. Like, you guys can convey an audio visual stimulation, how mothers in the industry maintain and do it, and how you guys keep saying, and because I'd imagine that's got to be fucking rough,
Yeah. And being a single mom too, because there's a lot of porn parents in the industry and couples and moms, but usually like they either have family around to help babysit. I'm alone up here. All my family's in Fort Lauderdale and Miami. And the only family I have up here is my ex-husband, my son's father, because his family is also down in South Florida. So a lot of like porn moms, they'll have like their family to help babysit, support, this and that. And not for anything, I also don't live in Miami anymore. I live in the mountains. I'm like a hobbit in the mountains up here. There's no porn stars up here. There's
casting fucking spells with your witchery.
Yeah, basically. That's what I'm trying to do up here. Just like
she's like, yes.
Well, it's so witchy here. It's
Papa Shango my ass, girl.
Oh, hell yeah.
Freaks and geeks here in Asheville. So
nice.
I have to travel all the time when I work. So I will travel either for a few days or a week tops. And it's like hard because I have to be away from my kid and my dog. And I feel guilty about it. And then when I get back, I just feel like I got to catch up with him. So then I get backed up on my work stuff. So I have to like constantly just be on top of both. So I don't feel the guilt
It's
of
the
feeling
battle
backed
of
up.
balance, sweetheart. It's the battle of fucking balance. And it doesn't matter what, and if you're doing fucking porn or not, you know, I mean, I don't do porn, you know, other than by myself in my bathroom at a proper sock, you know, but you don't know if it's true or not. But anyways, I digress. Everybody has to find that balance. You know, I have family, I have this podcast, another podcast, bands, you know, like friends, like all this shit. You try to balance.
See, I don't even have friends. I'm just kidding.
It's the best. That's the best, though. I mean, I got these guys and like maybe literally probably 3 or 4 other people, you know, that like my ride or dies, you know, like that's how you get when you get older. Everybody out there watching and listening will understand that a lot of people, they're just, you know, we don't drop the F-bomb on here. We don't use the word fake, but I will in this context. Yeah.
Censor
it. So yeah. That's all I got to say about that. I think that's a cool concept you got going, and
it's really cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
a different perspective. Like there needs to be more of that shit out there too, because a lot of that is like it's just life lessons, you know. And
yeah, there's other countries that like give so much support to pregnant women or mothers, and like our country, they don't pay you to take breaks or nothing like that, and like. In this industry, I noticed a lot of people, because that's the thing, some mothers are certain ways, everyone parents differently, and some people have families around this and that, so they can just like drop their kids off and go party.
Billy and Julie are at the shoot.
And, yeah,
yes. Blood orgy? Did you say blood orgy? Blood orgy.
XPDUB.
I know everyone mothers differently, but I'm attached to my kid. I breastfed him for 3 years. Like we co-slept for a long time. I was a hippy dippy mom. So I was like super, so that even though like I would make so much more money and be so much bigger of a brand and name right now. If I lived in LA or Miami, I easily could, but I want to raise my son like Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. So that's why I have him in the mountains. Yeah.
Yes, I like that. I like
that. Great idea. Yeah.
That's the better, you know, the left-hand path sometimes is better.
Slow life.
Slow. Huh?
It's all right.
My mouth went a little crooked when I said that.
Kentucky.
I've been to Kentucky gentlemen. Louisville. I actually flew a freaking private plane with a sugar papa there, and we banged in the plane on autopilot. It was really scary. It was fun.
Mile High Club. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to talk. You got to try to hook up with Ric Flair. Suppose he's got the helicopter going. I mean, you have to get past the fact that there's like a million-year age difference, but you know, other than that, it's all.
I
great.
like old men, but I don't know about Ric Flair. Like my
I
oldest
like old
sugar.
men, but I don't.
Yeah, I think the oldest I see is like 75, so I don't mind about age. I like grandpas, but I don't
age
know.
ain't
I
nothing
like
really. You see a lot of older guys there. I see guys that are like old and huge and shredded, and they do. I mean, they look old, maybe in the face,
Billy
but
Gunn.
for fucking 70 years. Billy Gunn, there you go.
He's 60.
Daddy
He's
ass,
shredded.
scissor me, daddy ass.
I just like sober old men, and I think Ric Flair has this like problem, so I would not.
Oh, he still does. He probably still does.
Yeah, I'm like, if he was a sober old man, sure, maybe, but
he's still styling and profiling.
Yeah,
he's aging all across the land.
Even with my OnlyFans collabs, I like lecture guys. I'm like, all right, if you want to collab with me, you got to show me test results. You got to pay for my plane ticket. You got to pay for this. By the way, I'm sober, so you can only have weed around me. I don't want any other drugs. I'm like such a bitch about it, but I'm like, I don't want people to be, you know, like.
It's good to have parameters and like, you know, especially what you're doing and shit. You got shit to protect, like you said. You got your fucking kid, you know, so it's good, you know, because there's a lot of people, and I'm sure there's been a lot of women or men or whoever do this that are irresponsible about it, you know.
There's a lot of party people in the industry, so that's why I'm slowly navigating and finding out like who's more my vibe. And that's a cool part about Ivan, because Ivan is a sober dude and he gets it. And I'm like, every time someone hits me up to collab, I'm like, Ivan, do you know this person? Tell me about them. Are they crazy? Do they do drugs? And then he'll like tell me if he knows or not, you know, he'll like be like, you know, give me the heads up if they party or not. But yeah, I'm not a big party girl. I'm a nerd, stay at home stoner, watch some wrestling, some Star Wars, all that.
Yes.
That's my vibe.
Yes.
I love you, Dream
All of
Woman. Wayne's World
Dream Woman.
reference. I know that's all I like, dude. Just
Yes.
keep it at home, keep it real, you know. Well, Kitty, dude, this has been a fucking killer conversation. Right now, let people know where they can find you, where they can support you, and what you got coming up next that everybody should be checking out.
Awesome. Well, I'm just going to tell you guys kittyquinn.com. One easy place to find all my links. Yeah, Kitty Quinn, KITTYQUINN.com. You can find my Instagram and Twitter there. You should follow those two social medias first and foremost, because that's where I post the most. Instagram's cleaner. Twitter has the awesome, naughty, spicy stuff, little trailers. So if you want to check out
Twitter's great. Everybody knocks it. It is toxic, you know, for opinions.
I
But
love
if you just
Twitter.
want to fucking look at some beautiful bodies, so then, you know, go to Twitter.
Twitter is where I
for
feel
sure.
free. So
Go to Twitch.
I have my podcast, The Naked Podcast, that's releasing this week. Then I have MILF Moments is another podcast soon. I'm not sure the start date, but
You guys got to throw a
hand.
hand sign like
Right?
milk
Like,
moments.
MILF Moments. Gosh. My friend Rena will be like, Kitty, no.
Titties popping
enough.
all around the world.
That's enough.
But I also have I'm basically getting into the mainstream adult industry. So I have people that are like in Brazzers' ear right now, trying to get them to check me out, to set something up. I saw them looking at my Instagram story the other day. I was like, oh, Brazzers.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to have some big mainstream stuff I know coming up soon. Then I basically actually today, before this podcast, I deep cleaned my entire apartment and set up my cosplay art and crafting area. I did a Mando Kitty cosplay. It's one of my biggest cosplay projects I've ever done. I'm doing a new Mando Kitty this year. So this year I'm going to be doing a bunch of podcasting, a bunch of cosplays, and a bunch of porn. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up.
That's awesome.
Fuck yeah. Thank you so much.
Podcasting, cosplays, and porn.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the world really
It's a good tagline.
needs, you know?
Good tagline.
Yeah.
Should put that in my bio.
Yes.
Hey, if you guys like what you fucking seen and heard tonight, then please hit like, subscribe, and share that shit on YouTube. Any podcasting platform, rate and review and share that shit as well. You can buy t-shirts at Pro Wrestling Tees.
fucking.com/JPDUB and get the sickest designs in all the land.
Buy the shirt.
You know, other than that, just buy the shirt. Keep on keeping on, you motherfuckers. Yeah, kitty, get it, girl. Get it.
There it was.
You know, before
There
we
you go.
end,
Little
it's weird
screamo.
how apropos, on the way home from work today, before we cut this podcast, there's like a kitty documentary that popped up on my YouTube. If you guys remember the old metal band Kitty. Yeah,
Yeah,
remember the
still
band
doing
and stuff.
you. Your phone is spying on you.
I know, right? They're always listening. Fuck them forever. But
Been for how long now?
I just thought it was funny. The fucking heavy metal thing. Whatever. Fuck you guys. Until next time, the Juice, Bruiser
Aw.
Bodie, Stratton the Savage, and
Motherfucking Kitty Quinn, we are this
Yeah.
You guys are stopping it. Maybe they
Grawl. I don't know what they call
You gonna do sex to me?
Did you like that video? If so, be sure to hit like and subscribe and check out more killer content from your boys at Juice Pro Wrestling. Whoa, yeah!